Might turn my microphone on. Sorry. Hey guys, I hope you're doing alright. Sorry for the confusing mess that was everything today. I was trying to do a sleep stream, because things are a little bit rough here lately. But that's alright, because I'll just do a chill stream, because in reality I don't. I couldn't do the sleep stream because basically what's happening is we're leaving tomorrow to go to Sandusky for a trip, and then basically it would have been a really bad idea to do an 8-hour sleep stream and then drive for 4 hours to Sandusky, Ohio. So it's a bad idea. But so far it's just been a little bit busy. Been doing lots of different stuffs. So yes, hello Blue Turbulence, Cole, Time Wolves, Icarus, Cerise, Ashton, Lily, and Harmony, Rocker. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hi Ray Harris. It's been a little bit of a busier day. We gotta go out and drive and stuff tomorrow, so. Well, Aoki, I thought I could do it, but it was probably for the better that I don't. Hello, Friday. That's good to hear, Blue. Basically, I'm just here to talk to you guys. You know, have some good conversations. Oh, I understand, Lily. Yeah, Cole, I'm alright. Oh, that's cool, Wheelie. Sandusky's a pretty place. This is right on the it's right on the lake. That's alright, Barks and Miner. I did say it. Yeah, I did say your name. So, I hope you guys are doing okay. Hope it hasn't been too crazy. Oh, Mountain Dew Wolf. Hello, Captain Griffin. Oh, Vegas. Never been there. I want to go there. I appreciate that, Dark Secrets. Boy. I'm a little tired today. It's been quite busy. So that's good, Harmony. Enjoying the sunset at McDonald's. What's with the beard? Since I was in the military for 4.5 years, I couldn't have a beard. So I am out of the army now and I want to have a beard. No, you're fine, Per Golden. That's pretty late. Croatia. So I don't know. Basically for the stream, it's a relaxing, chill stream. So if there's any questions that you guys want to ask or anything to that extent, you can go ahead. Is the army stressful? Yes. Because basically all your time is dedicated to the army, and when it's not, then you know.
Surprise.
Surprise,
Kissy.
But yeah, the army is pretty stressful. For anybody who wants to join the military, just know that you don't get much free time at all. I was expecting to see you on Twitch. The thing is that I want to try to use Twitch more, and all of September is pretty much free and open for us. So I might try to stream more on Twitch and YouTube. Try to get some sort of schedule down. I know I keep saying that, but with as many cons as we go to, it becomes very difficult to develop a schedule that makes sense. Needs to cover on first album. Mark SoundCloud to chill and vape too. Makes sense. When I was hanging with you, thanks for your service.
Oh my god, what if you had said vape streams.
I'm slightly confused what you mean by that, Lily. What job did you have in the Army? So I was just computer, IT technician kind of stuff. 35 Sierra is the MOS for it. How does it get in fursuit, and how long do you suit for? Longest I've suited for is like 8 hours, and it was difficult. But it does get very hot in fursuit.
Awful.
Do you have a PS4? I do, but I don't play it. I haven't played it in probably about 1.5 years.
Show kitty. Show your kitty.
Doodles.
I'll be able to monitor the chat soon. I'm just doing this for you.
Okay. Vape for 10 hours stream. That would be that would be a lot of vape juice.
Yeah, it would be.
How much are fursuits normally? It depends. It depends on if you're going for a big maker or a small maker. It really just depends, because
I'd say the average is about 1,500 to 3,000.
Yeah. Why do you sound like you're having acid reflux? Because I have acid reflux.
Wow, you guessed right! Congratulations, you win.
How long will you stream for? I don't know.
Long enough.
Long enough. Did they handpick you, or did they choose you because you're good at the job? Army-related question, of course, again.
Oh.
So, no. In the Army, how it works is you take the ASVAB, the aptitude something.
Is it a complicated name?
Yeah, the ASVAB stands for something that I don't remember, but the ASVAB basically is a test that takes your vocational and skills, and basically is like, okay, this is what you score. These are what jobs you're good for. Now, the Army is different than every other place, every other military branch, because the other military branches just slot you wherever they want you. The Army, you pick your job before you go in, and then unless you fail out of that schooling, you stay that job until you're out of the Army. A furry eating contest video. I'm good. I'm so bad. The thing is that, like, eating contest sounds horrible to me no matter what, because I just imagine trying to shove food down my face constantly, and it just makes me not happy. Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery. Thank you, Aoki. I didn't know what it was when I took it either, so I appreciate it, Lily. Hello, Twanek and Foofy Fox.
Foofy Fox sounds like a tongue twister.
It does.
I feel like a vape stream might work if we did, like, almost like, you know how people will go to, like, a hookah bar and sit in a circle? If we did something like that.
Just had, like, a nice video of, like, everybody who vapes in our friend group just sitting
and,
there
like,
relaxing to music.
And, like, the whole time in the bottom of the screen flash, like, don't do this, kids.
Don't do this, kids. Vaping is bad for your health. Do you know what airsoft is? Yes. I used to do airsoft back when I was a lot younger. One of my friends actually had a junkyard that we used to play airsoft in, but I haven't played it since then. That's probably been about at least 8 years. My family used to own a paintball field way back in the day, but we stopped doing that. What would you do if someone spilled Coca-Cola on your white fursuit head? Probably sue them. Or, I don't know. I probably couldn't afford to sue them, but, I mean, yes, I would be very upset. As to the things that would happen afterwards, I am not sure, depending on whether or not it was on purpose or an accident.
Okay, I'm sending the file your way now.
Okay, thank you.
It's gonna take a little bit.
Hello, Shade Wolf. That's alright, Kid Waffle. Welcome. It's a nice, relaxing chill stream. Have you been to West Virginia? Plenty of times, but I've never actually, like, stayed there for a night.
We've driven through it.
Yeah, I've driven through the mountains especially quite a few times, but I've never actually stayed. What do they do for service?
For Anthrocon and stuff.
Any advice, Legendary J? So my major question to you is, which service are you going into? And because I know you said Army, but is there any particular reason why you're joining the Army? Just out of curiosity. What are your thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Tastes fine.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite.
It's like, if it's at a party, I'll eat it. But if I have a choice, I'd rather have bacon on pizza. Question, how you meet Unique? Slightly confused by what you mean on that. Have you ever been to Indiana? Yes.
There's nothing in Indiana.
I can't stress how many times I've driven through Indiana and gone, this is boring.
There's nothing in Indiana. I've been to Indiana many times and there's nothing in Indiana.
Enderly, thank you for the subscribies, dude. Yeah, I've driven through Indiana plenty of times, and every time it just makes me want to fall asleep while I'm driving. Xylo Entertainment? I have no idea. Have you ever had chocolate pizza before? At Cece's. I think they have chocolate pizza.
Oh yeah, occasionally, not always.
Can I blow an O? I can cheat.
Hold on, I am popping up the chat. And
Is that you cheat to blow an O?
oh, is that what you're doing?
Other than that, I have no clue how to blow an O.
It's cheating.
It is cheating.
I've only seen their chocolate pizza. I have a peanut allergy, so I can't always have that stuff.
Yeah.
Yay!
Have you ever been to Wisconsin? Negative. Same problem driving around when I lived in Indiana. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's much there. Like, I've never been to Indianapolis, but
there's nothing. It's like it's even less than Cincinnati. Like, way less.
yeah.
So what about them Tonawak, the fallen god? So all they said was imaginatively.
Oh, he was asking how I know them.
Oh, I see.
But before I get to that, I'm going down the list. So Legendary J, I've taken the ASVAB, and the reason why I want to join the army is because my grandfather fought in the army in World War II. So the thing is, for you, right, if you already know what job you want, don't let MEPS sway you. The biggest thing that I hear about anybody who enlists is that once they get there and they get into MEPS and they say, okay, I want this job, and then they say, well, we have more of these. If they don't have the job you want and you want that job, walk away. They're not, I mean, yeah, your recruiter will be upset because he has to drive you back and forth for MEPS. But the thing is that you really have to constantly harass them. Ow, hello.
She fails to jump.
But the thing is that you have to constantly get what you want. You have to constantly, like, you will have the job that you are trying to get for the next 3.5 to 4 years, or even longer, depending on what job you want. So make sure that when you go to MEPS, you say, I want this. And if they can't guarantee you that, walk out. Imaginatively unimaginative. I just met him at Anthrocon, and he's a very awesome guy. But Beta Ada delayed. I have talked to him plenty of times, but the first time I actually met him was at Anthrocon as well. Who would win, Pure Golden Wolf or Dojo? Well, I don't really know either of them all that well, so I can't say yes or no as to who, but my money would be on you. I think that nobody was in Croatia. I'm sure there's somebody. Can we see one of your drawings? At the right there is one that Gerst did. However, I am not an artist, so I do not draw.
I draw pictures.
She draws. Loser on YouTube? You're not a loser, you're a winner. You ever been to Texas? Never been there. Work as hazmat. Well, good luck. There's a lot of chemistry that goes into hazmat training, as far as I understand. I had a buddy who just went through that course. And the other thing is that your job is much like first responders. You don't really do anything other than training until something happens. So be prepared for a lot of cleaning, a lot of random training exercises that don't make any sense. And it's the same thing for infantry, because basically, unless the infantry is doing some sort of big training thing, congratulations. You're going to be cleaning the barracks. You're going to be cleaning everything a lot. So, I know you guys have gone to con in Florida. How was that con? This Megaplex is better than last Megaplex. I'll say that. And the reason why is last Megaplex, it's like 102 degrees for 2 days in a row, and it stormed. But this Megaplex didn't storm at all. The con itself is amazing, and next year it's going to be even better because they're moving hotels to an even better hotel. So I'm really looking forward to that one. But I really do enjoy Megaplex. Megaplex is a great con. Why are you going to Sandusky? Because I am going to just kind of hanging out with some friends out there. Is there anywhere in the UK you want to visit? Well, Scotland's a part of the UK, correct?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I forget how that works. If Scotland's included, I want to go to Argyll. I would love to go to Argyll.
It's in Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's part of UK anymore with all the stuff that's happened.
But if not, I would love to visit London at some point. I know all my friends who live in London say that it's kind of crazy, but I would love to personally go out there. When you joined the fandom, did you think you were going to be weird? You were going to be too weird for the fandom? Or did the opposite? I didn't really care too much. At the time I joined, there wasn't really anything that was available for people who are younger. Because I joined when I was 14, which was back in 2009. And at the time, there wasn't really much of a social construct for anybody who was a furry. Because back then, MySpace was still a thing. And MySpace, just not a good place for people trying to interact socially. But the thing is that at the time, I wasn't really worried about what anybody else thought, because I thought I was alone in the fandom, because I lived in this tiny town in North Carolina, and there were no other furries in my town at all. I didn't care what other people thought, because there's nobody else really to think about it. So, do you have to make your own choices after high school? Yes. That's what becoming an adult is.
That's what you have to do.
What about FWA? FWA is my favorite con. Hands down, like, no ifs, ands, or buts.
For a traditional style con, it's my favorite con.
Oh, yeah. They do such an amazing job at everything that they put effort towards.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'd say Megaplex is my next favorite, because it gives you that vacation feel.
Legendary J, what rank were you and how much did you get paid monthly? So the thing is that it depended, because when I enlisted in the Army, I started as PV2, which you get base pay. So if everybody else who's a PV2 will be getting the same money that you got as a PV2. Same for PFC, unless you're married. Because basically once you get married, you get this thing called basic housing allowance, which gives you money to live off base. Which I didn't get that until I was a specialist. So when I was a specialist, I got paid a lot more than other specialists were who weren't married because of marriage. It's kind of complicated and a lot to explain. So.
Someone wanted to know, are there any furries in Georgia?
There's a lot of furries in Georgia. Like, a lot. When I was stationed in Savannah, I used to hold fur meets for the Savannah furs and the Statesboro furs, because Statesboro and Savannah is like here, and my apartment was right here in between, so I had them both come up and meet in the middle for my meets, and it worked out very well. It's a physical miracle that it didn't rain in Megaplex. Yes, very much so. It rained all around Megaplex, but never on Megaplex. Hello, Winter Blue and Two Chooks. What's your favorite early 2000s TV show? Mine's Psych. Ooh.
That's hard.
Ed, Ed, and Eddy.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Loved Ed, Ed, and Eddy.
I'm gonna say Avatar.
Hello, AJ. What made you join the fandom? The fursuits, the art, or maybe something else? I joined the fandom with no knowledge of what the fandom was other than what some guy on Xbox Live told me. And the idea behind the furry fandom was what got me into it, because I didn't see the art. I didn't know anything about the fursuits. I just liked the idea of playing as a different character than my own self. Hello, A. Johnson. Hello, Rivals. So what got you into being a musician? So my mother was a oboe player and a clarinet player. And I wanted to be a percussionist because, I don't know, I liked playing the drums. And so originally I got into playing percussion when I was about 9. And then when I got into 8th grade and such, Piper! Get away from that door. Basically I was like, well, I'm going to start playing in bands instead of playing in concert halls. So I switched from playing, you know, the timpani and the major bass drum and the snare drum and switched over to playing an actual drum set, in which I joined a metal band first, and that fell apart very quickly. And then I joined a jazz band, and that lasted for a while, but then that fell apart. And then after that, I joined into a Christian band, which I stayed in for a while, but it was only because when I moved from where my mom was living to where my dad was living, there was no open bands, and I had to resort to playing for a church. So I stuck with the Christian band until I joined the military. If you're single... So if you're single, are you basically screwed? No. So the difference between being married in the Army and being single in the Army is that being single, you live in a barracks. You don't have to worry about bills, you don't have to worry about rent, you don't have to worry about finding a home, you don't have to, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into renting and owning houses that is very complicated and takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and the constant, you know, having to keep up. And in the barracks, it's all done for you. You don't have to pay electricity, you don't have to pay water, you don't have to pay rent, you just live there. And that's it. So, it's not really a screwed thing because you still have enough money to pay for bills. You still have enough money to pay for whatever you need, really. So, I began being a furry when the fandom was finally becoming a fandom. Well, that's good. There's a lot of furs where I live in Texas.
Have you talked about
awesome.
Anything we're planning on doing over the next couple months?
No. Because I don't really know what we're doing for the next couple of months.
Oh, well, come on. September's going to be our recovery month. We're going to be working on lots of things here at home, especially for our channels and stuff. And then what are we doing in October?
We are the guests. So during October, because September I'm basically dedicating it to videos and live streams. October we are the guests of honors for a free camp in Hamilton, Ohio that will be called World Wild Fur Camp. And me and Gersh are both the guests of honors at that. And then after that, we're going to Disney. So, did you make your fursuit? No. Tomorrow, hello. Are there a lot of Christian furries? I've seen quite a few. I mean, most people in the fandom don't really talk about their religion or their religious views. It's because they don't really. I mean, I've seen people do it, but it's not really that common. There's plenty of groups out there. If you go, if you have Telegram, there's a lot of Telegram stuff. If not, you can just type in Christian furries. I'm sure there's something out there for you. I love playing jazzy style music. Me too. Have you ever been in a tank? No. Being a computer guy and being in a tank are two different worlds. However, I have shot 249s, 240 Bravos, rocket launcher, grenade launcher, all that kind of fun jazz. How did you feel when you made the Kira moan in that interview? So, I didn't even think about it. It wasn't until we were editing that we heard it. And then Kira was like, oh man, this is great. I'm going to make this into a meme. And so he made it into a meme. And like at the time, I just hugged him and he made the noise. Which, from Kiro, him making weird noises is an average thing. So I thought nothing about it. And then when he edited it, it just happened. So it was nothing really that crazy. Stelly, I already said that I did not make my fursuit.
Then who made it?
So the people who made mine, originally it was more for less for my older head, and then the newer head was refurbished. They refurbished my old more for less head, basically taking the fur off, getting new fur for it, sculpting the head a little bit more. Skinning. But they basically redid it. And that was Fleeting Finnick. Thank you, Liam. I appreciate that. I'm in orchestra. So, the thing was when I was in orchestra, it was amazing and I really enjoyed it. But the thing was that I am a heavy metal kind of guy, and I wanted to play more heavy metal kind of music. So, have you ever been bored? No.
Hope not.
I'd
like you to be alive.
AR-15s, I have shot them, but they are not military issued. M16, yeah, I've shot plenty of those. So. Philip Foxbat, that's not how you spell Car 98, it's spelled with a K.
I know that because of PUBG!
I have to say, out of all the orchestral, instruments that I played, the timpani was always my favorite, just because you got to make the doo, 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 doo. That was my favorite. And
I didn't go into orchestra.
I did. I played in regular concert band, and then I also played in orchestra. Hello, Tokyo. What kind of vape do you use? If you're talking about the mod that I'm using, it is a Voopoo Drag. The tank is the Smock TF V12, and then the juice that I'm using is the Chubby Bubble Melon. I've never shot a Car 98. No, I haven't. No, I don't think I've shot a Car 98. I know I've shot some Russian stuff, but it's never been issued. In case you're wondering, for anybody who doesn't know how the Army works, in your Army career, you'll never be issued a Car 98, an AK-47. You'll never be issued anything that is not American-owned and made. Unless it's, sometimes you get some British or German weapons. That's only for specific instances. Yeah. What's your favorite food? Lasagna. Even though it kills my acid reflux. What part of Disney are you going to? All of them.
All of them.
I don't know all of the names, but we're going to all of them.
All of them.
That's awesome, Two Chooks. Hello, Spencer. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, Two Chooks, I understand. I wasn't necessarily talking to, addressing you in that instance. It's just some people, whenever they're asking me what type of stuff I've utilized in the Army, they're always like, well, when you were in the Army, did you ever shoot a Desert Eagle? It's like, no. Dude, I've shot a Desert Eagle, but the Army I've never seen and an Army issued Desert Eagle. So, you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon? I owned, back in the day, I had original Roller Coaster Tycoon for the Windows 98, and I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. That's about it. I have no idea who that is, Cole. No, we're going to Disney in Florida.
Disney World in Florida.
Hello, Cody. Have you ever seen a SIG SAR M17? I'd have to look that up.
That sounds complicated.
The problem with SIG is it's always like the SIG SAR P22, SIG SAR M17. I don't.
Guns have complicated names.
M17. I don't think I have shot that. Doesn't look familiar. Do you think you can play a game? I'm trying to keep it so that way I can talk to you guys more. Every time I play video games on stream, it seems as if people are more interested in... Well, most people who I've seen want me to talk more with them in the stream and interact. Barks and a Miner, thank you for the scribbies. And I think I wanted to mainly focus on having a conversation with you guys just to kind of catch up instead of playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Deagle is a very expensive paperweight that, unless you're trying to shoot your neighbor through his refrigerator, there's no purpose for it. Favorite music bands? Winds of Plague. And Lamb of God. August Burns Red. I have a lot of different stuff. Gamers. Sorry, I love the movie War Games. I don't think I've seen that movie. I used to live across the street from Disney in California. I had some restaurant suggestions. Well, if we ever go, I'll hit you up. Have you ever heard of the Grand Tour video game coming out? No idea. I'm very, very behind on that stuff. Must you have a battle buddy, if that's what it's called in the Army, and is that required? So during basic training and AIT, when you're going through what's called TRADOC, which is the training organization that is in charge of you. Lily Wolfus, thank you for the scribbies. While you're going through your training, at all times you must have a battle buddy, because the Army has this thing where it's like, okay, you're brand new to the military, you have to be accountable for everything, and that means having somebody else with you. It's a safety thing as well as a training thing, so while you're doing that, yes, you have to have a battle buddy. That's cool, Otter. I hope you enjoy your shower.
So, I'm looking at Twitter. Kiwi missed his flight to Pittsburgh.
What? How?
Apparently his Uber driver was late and never found the location he was supposed to pick him up at, and then made him pay $15 cancellation fee.
Oh, I'd be calling a customer representative. That's fucking horrible. Do you like rock? Yes, I like... So basically, all genres of music I enjoy except for new rap and new country. I'm not a fan of those at all because it just seems repetitive as hell. But as far as it goes, you can talk about any kinds of music and usually I can agree with you and talk about it to some extent. Let's see. Hello, moms of furries. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. How are you today, Cothrix? Splits games in chat pretty well. So I usually do. It's just I'm not feeling that kind of a stream right now. I'm feeling like a one-on-one personal conversation with you guys, since that's what some people really enjoy doing. But I'm doing all right. Have a good one, Time Wolves. 3 months. It's weird that just 3 months ago, before I joined the fandom, I looked up YouTubers like Game Grumps, Markiplier, now I'm inspired by YouTubers like Kira Majiri you. Well, I really appreciate that, and I hope that we're setting a good example. Alright, Tokyo, you have a good night. I know I'm a little bit late. What was your favorite show as a kid? I really enjoyed Ed, Edd n Eddy. But as far as it goes, my grandmother had Alzheimer's when I was younger, and so a lot of the TV shows that I was like had to watch was stuff that she had to watch because they were trying to basically get it so that she can remember more. So I watched a lot of like MASH, Adam 12, the Jetsons, all the old shows. I watched a lot of those as a kid, and those stick out most in my memory in comparison. But I did watch a lot of SpongeBob as well. What's your favorite movie? Drive with Ryan Gosling. Aiden, I have a military grade 1911 pistol. Hope it doesn't jam. Mark, what is your favorite genre of music? Heavy metal mostly.
The first song that plays in his car every time we get in because of his Spotify thing is by Psycho Stick. It's the ABCs. It comes up as the first one because it's the ABCs song.
Yeah.
So
that's the death metal ABC song. Let's see. How's facial hair in a fursuit head? It sucks. But you gotta get used to it if you want to have a good beard. Do you like Snoop Dogg? I used to like his music. I don't even know if he's come up with some stuff. I'm same here with the music. I love the song Ignition remix by R. Kelly. They never really played the original one. I don't know why it's a remix. Bye, Mark. Saturday night was awesome, and I hope to see you again. You too. Let's see. Catching up. Oh, well, we love you as well, Moms of Furries. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. How long can you travel off base? Depends on the unit you're in and the places that you are. Most bases and most companies will allow you to travel up to 50 miles off post without having a traveler's pass, because you have to have a pass to go past 50 miles. But some places are a little bit different. In Korea, the first 3 months I wasn't allowed to leave base, even though I still did. But I'm sorry to hear that, Two Chicks. It's a really hard illness to deal with, because it's just not easy. It's not easy at all, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. Rocker Fox, MASH was my favorite show growing up as a kid, to be completely honest. How do you feel about SpongeBob being canceled? Didn't know that happened.
it's fine. It's been going for so long, honestly.
Mark, do you know a Scar 17's gun before? Yeah, if you're talking about a Scar 17, I know what it is. What's your MOS? I'm 11 Bravo, 35 Sierra. But I'm not... Yeah, what was your MOS? Sorry, I read that wrong. Also, good luck if you're an 11 Bravo. Do you like year mixes? I don't know what that is.
What is it? Do you like what?
Year mixes.
Oh, so like, you know, artsy music, the music that you started listening to, this like the Vaporwave 80s anime thing.
Oh, yeah.
They, every year, put out an entire year of the content they put out, music-wise. And I think that's probably what they mean.
Maybe. If that's it, I enjoy that. It's 8 hours until you need a pass? That's... Wait, are you Air Force? It's very hard to see parents regress like that. Yeah, I completely agree. Two Chooks. The thing with my grandmother is I never really got the chance to know who she was before she had the illness. So as much as that sucks, it helped me cope a little bit more in comparison to my mother, who had a very hard time coping with it. So... Wait, you want pictures of what? What is your opinion of Hotline Miami? I've never played it. My MOS was V9. Is that a thing? That's not a thing. Unless it's like very old. Or if that's your ASI, maybe. Unless it's just something that's old. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I like the size of the furry fandom. Imagine if Majiro or Kiro had 10 million subscribers, it would be hard to interact with everyone. It's already hard to interact as it is for them. Because it's... I mean, like, the thing is that no matter where you go, as far as when you go to furry conventions, it's hard because, as I've told other people, when you have something like this and you have, like, a YouTube with a good amount of following, no matter where you're going, you have to plan to at least like 30 minutes to an hour before going anywhere, because you never want to deny somebody, deny meeting somebody. You don't want to deny taking, you know, like photos or meeting people. You don't want to deny anybody of that, and you don't want to deny yourself of that. So that's the thing that makes it hard for us. But when you have 10 million, you have to expect that while you're eating, you have that. And that's the thing that, like, I would be very much afraid from. Alright, Legendary J. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, because Air Force is way more lenient than the Army. All the bases that I went to, it was always 50 miles, and after 50 miles you need a traveler's pass. And then out of 250 miles, if you go above that, then you have to put in a leave request. You were an Air Force pilot captain. What was your rank in your MOS, if you don't mind me asking? That's really cool, Two Chicks. Do you have any tips with handling sleep deprivation? I'm taking a lot of AP courses. I haven't figured it out myself. The best thing I could say is to look up different ways to help your body sleep. Because ultimately you will need sleep. Sleep deprivation is one thing, but if you just don't get sleep, you're robbing your body of a lot of different things. So just look up stuff that you have questions on Google, because I'm not a specialist in that degree at all. It's kind of scary that with my family and mental issues. Well, Matthew, the best thing that I could tell you is that if you have any issues with that kind of stuff, I can't help you. Definitely if you have trouble coping with some of the stuff that you have in your life, seek professional help. Because I can say stuff, but I'm not somebody who has a degree in it. I'm not somebody who knows a lot, because the human brain is a complex thing. So I would say, for you, if you have trouble with that kind of stuff, definitely seek psychological help. Seek professional help. Seek somebody who knows a lot about what they're doing. Alright, loser on YouTube. Winner on YouTube.
Did you answer Fang Lightwind with the Texas thing?
I don't think so.
They said, I hope you and Gers can come to a con in Texas one day, maybe even be a guest of honor at one of them.
Well, Fang Lightwind, if you want us to go to a convention, tell them to make us guests of honor.
Yeah, I think some cons are influenced by suggestions from the community, right?
To an extent.
Yeah. I know we're both interested in going to TFF. And that's in Texas.
It's just a long ways away, and unless somebody donated a crap ton of money for us to go,
that would have to be another flight.
Yeah. One of these days, I'd love to be able to meet you in person at a convention. It'd be nice. I'd love to meet a lot of the people who frequent my streams. It would be really nice to meet them. What does TFW mean? I forget that one. Is it that face
That
one?
feeling one.
That feeling one. Never saw another furry IRL, let alone a fursuit. That's understandable, Architector. I didn't meet another furry until probably about 5 or 6 years into the fandom. Like, in person, of course. Got an awesome chance to words with you after Barry Cast and Anthrocon. Hopefully I get another chance soon. Yeah, I agree. That'd be nice. Hello, Kawaii. Lucifer, melatonin. Yeah, melatonin helps a lot. The only problem with melatonin with me is that oftentimes if I take melatonin, I need to be up in like 4 hours. I ain't waking up. Also, Mark, for streaming stuff for September, do you have anything specific you would like to do, or is it just Space Engineers? So I have a lot of stuff that I want to do. It's just a matter of getting the time for the people who I want to do it with them and stuff like that. I've had a couple of ideas for different types of streams that I want to do. It's just I've never had the time to do that in the past couple of months because of how busy we've been. But since we got a whole month off, we'll see. Just drink a bunch of Red Bull. That's bad for your heart. Thing is that if you drink Red Bull every now and then, it's not that bad. But if you start relying on Red Bull, I've seen a lot of people's lives get destroyed by drinking too much of it and causing your heart to have spastic shit. So, like, there was a guy when I was working security. He would drink at least 2 to 3 Red Bulls a night, and you would think that's not that bad, but when you work 12-hour shifts and all you do is sit in a car, you're going to, your body is going to try to kick all that sugar and all that caffeination out. So you just start sweating and your heart starts beating like crazy, and there's all these crazy different things that cause that. If you're having 1 or 2, not a bad thing. If you're young, cool. But when you start getting older, that shit affects you pretty damn hard.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah, for serious. Have you ever seen the inflatable fursuits? If you... No. No, Otter, I'm good. That's cool, Two Chooks.
Fang White One says, well, I do know staff for both TFF and ACFI, and so maybe you guys can be guest of honor one day.
Alright.
That'd be really cool.
Aiden, I'm going to say this once. If you commit stolen valor at any point to me, I am going to be contacting the FBI. So if you were a major general who isn't a pilot, I'm going to be very skeptical. Because anybody who's a major general at any point is a politician for the United States military. And if you tell me your name is something other than what is a major general, I will look it up. And if you're not, I'm going to be contacting the FBI. Stolen valor is something that I take very close to heart.
Because it's an actual crime.
So if you want to pay a $10,000 fine and possibly spend up to 2 to 5 years in jail, I suggest you tell the truth. I appreciate that, metalworking furry.
Arai says, I hate you for that thumbnail. What's your thumbnail?
It's the... Do you remember for the Pause vs. Moz panel, the circle that has the golden ratio? It's alright, Icarus.
I just can't drink Monster, like any energy drinks. I can't do it. It literally is the worst thing I've ever felt when I drink something. It's so much energy, and my body can't handle it. When I was working like crazy, like I used to work like 36-hour shifts when I was stationed in Korea, and you drink coffee so much, and you drink all these different energy drinks so much that you just don't think about it. So... And then whenever you try to go to sleep and your body's restless because of how much caffeine and sugar you've induced, and then you can't go to sleep and you gotta work in 8 hours to work another 12-hour shift. I haven't had to use an energy drink
Yeah.
For those situations. I was offered some plenty of times when I don't need it, and I'm just like, I've had energy drink cupcakes, and just being in cupcakes alone, I know what it's like. Just from that, because it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was like, my body was like in pain.
What is? Oh, that's not a question for me. My platoon sergeant drinks 4 monsters a day, then a Pedialyte. when you're in the military for so long, you do get accustomed to certain like what's the word for it? You get used to doing things a certain way, and anytime you vary from that, it like affects your body because of how much you're used to it. So I understand, but it's still not good for your health. Hello, Dubstep Nebula.
Beta, they are only helpful if you're actually in need of energy.
Energy drinks are helpful. However, chugging them to a copious extent. Like, there was a guy in AIT who actually tried to kill himself by drinking eight monsters, and it gave him heart palpitations. He had to get sent to the hospital.
No.
Dark coffee is actually somewhat healthier for you because you're not ingesting as much sugar and dairy. However, it's still not healthy to drink copious amounts of it. Have a good one, Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah, sleep studies are something that is helpful. When you're in the military, they hand out sleep studies like candy, especially in the job I was in. And it's very helpful to get a sleep study for sure. Hello, JoJo Wars. Matthew Strain. I've never been prescribed that. However, I think that taking drugs for purposes that are other than what is intended is not good to do. If you take Adderall to help you focus, but you're taking it instead to keep you awake, it sounds like that's not what it's intended for. Hello, Sargski. Rocker Fox, basically the military doesn't... The military cares about what you do to an extent. Like, if you drink alcohol, they're like, are you of age? Cool. Whatever. You do your thing, but the second that you start becoming a drunken, disorderly asshole, congratulations. You're going to go to the substance abuse classes. And it's the same thing with anything that you take in copious amounts. If it affects you and affects how you work and affects your ability to be a warfighter, then yes, you're going to have to go to some substance abuse classes. Hello, Benja Wolf. That was a long time ago, Remy. The biggest vape hit you took? I don't know, I've never counted. I've never timed my vapes. If we can just get those feel the good pills. Using words that I don't understand. What's your weirdest school experience? Oh. The weirdest one that I can remember, because keep in mind, I was in school 5 years ago. That was when I graduated. The weirdest one that I can remember is I was passing notes to a girl in class, in my German class. And they were about not safe for work things. And my German teacher found the note. He grabbed the note from us and just goes, okay. Okay. Threw it away. I remember that one pretty good. Have a good one, Metalworking Furry. Bill Cipher here. I have a question for you. I don't understand what you're asking, AJ. Blaze, hello. I'm sorry, Mark, if I upset you. I was disappointment. I I don't know. Aiden, the thing is, here's the thing. Anytime somebody tells me they're in the military, it's something that I hold higher than any other person because I myself am in the military. And when people make up these stories saying, well, I was a pilot, or, well, I was in the infantry, or, well, I'm active duty right now. And then when I ask them some of the basic questions and they don't know it, then that makes me very upset. Because anybody who tells me that they have served in the military, that is something that is held higher than anything else in my life. Because it takes a lot of courage to do what the military takes for you. It takes a lot of time and effort. I dedicated 4.5 years of my life. And the thing is that when somebody says, oh, I'm in the military, then they have dedicated the same time and service and dedication and bravery and courage that I had to do as well. And I respect that. Because it's something that you do because you want to do it. And you get paid crap. You get treated like crap. And you're restricted from anything else that any of your other friends are doing. And it sucks. And so that's why when somebody tells me that they are in the military, they were, I ask questions because I want to know. If you are in the military, good. If you wanted to go in the military and you couldn't for whatever reason, that's cool. I respect that because you had the courage to go to MEPS and go through the steps to join the military. Even if you didn't make it, you still had the courage to go and do it. And that matters a lot. But if there's ever somebody who's like, I'm in the military, and I prove that they aren't, well, to me, in my eyes, that makes you a scumbag. No offense, but whether you realize it or not, the military is something that it takes a lot to do. And anytime somebody tells me that they're in the military and they turn out not to be, I get very upset. I get very livid. Because it's hard really to say. Because it just makes me very, very upset.
It's something you're passionate about.
And that's why whenever somebody tells me something and I know that they're wrong, I give them one chance. And if they don't fix that, then I just report them. Because it's just not okay. So, I appreciate that, JoJo Wars. Is the military for you? I was thinking re-enlisting for another 3 years. If you don't know whether you want to re-enlist after 3 years, or after how many years you've been in, I would suggest really thinking hard, because everybody has their own different experiences in the Army or in the military, depending on where you were. I'm assuming because you said platoon sergeant that you're in the Army or Marines. But if you don't know what you want to do at this point, really consider it. Because my choices were outside of the military affected. I got offered a job that I really wanted to do, and I left the Army for it. So it's up to you, dude. Is there any place in the military for a biochemist? If you have a degree for it. My mom was in the Army. I'm in fact too young to join. It's understandable. Were you ever in combat or anything dangerous while in the military? Everybody has their own share of dangerous stuff. But I was never actually in a combat zone. So, don't you have to sign up for deployment when going into college? I have no idea what that is, Icarus. I'm slightly confused. A friend of mine just told me today that they go in the military after high school and they just want to bomb the shit out of Pakistan. Good luck. Let's see. My dad has a very old British gun from when he was in the military. Oh, that's cool. You're basically... Yeah, pretty much dubstep. I can't join any of the armed forces due to mental and health reasons. That's completely understandable. The fact that you tried is something that should be honored. Hey Mark, how you doing? I just came to chill after a load of drama. Well, we're relaxing. We're doing pretty good. Have you ever seen a Lancaster bomber? Never seen it. At least I don't think so. I appreciate that, Blaze. I understand, Cookie, but I can't relate to those experiences because those are your own. So the thing is that if you are considering re-enlisting and there's nothing holding you back, do it. But if you just don't see a reason to be in the military anymore, it's up to you. Hello, Vanguard. That's pretty awesome. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your editing goes well. Here in Florida, you ask someone what they want to do when they graduate high school, and they'll say military, like everyone wants to go in the military. Like what? I'm slightly confused. Hi, Kiwi! Hi, Majira? That doesn't make sense, because Kiwi Fox is an admin on my account. Can you check to see if that profile is real? Whenever you get the chance, the Kiwi Fox one. I know I straight up couldn't because my health would probably get myself on something. So the thing is that not every job. Okay, just making sure because for some reason I thought I had you. I thought I had Kiwi as an admin on my account. That's odd.
I don't think you have.
Thought I did. Back to the question. Why do people join the military other than serve their country? Because they have nowhere else to go, because they want help paying for college. There's a lot of different reasons out there for people to join the military other than just that. Did you hear about US.gov files being stolen Dream Market? No. I don't keep up with that, to be completely honest. Or make him an admin, and then whenever he comes back to the stream, I'm gonna take him off admin. You're allowed to be an admin on his account, Kyle, but Kiwi. No, I'm kidding. Hi, 12. Have you ever been stationed anywhere outside of the U.S. in the military? Yes, I was stationed in South Korea for an entire year. Currently AFJROTC, I was that as well, for 2 years, and then I switched high schools. I love and respect all branches of the military, mainly me, it's Army. I understand, Legendary. Well, good luck, Cookie. Airborne is... When I was active, I tried to do air assault, not airborne. But I didn't make it because I couldn't climb a rope.
Wasn't there something to do with your eyes too?
No, that was for piloting.
Got it. Okay.
Because I wanted to do pilot initially when I tried to join the Air Force, and then my eyesight was too bad. My favorite non-free YouTuber would have to be Game Grumps or Jacksepticeye.
I like Defunct Land and Bright Sun Films.
Tell Gers I booked my Disney Resort hotel. I got the All-Star Movies one. Says Rye.
Oh, well, good, because so we're actually going in October, and we weren't able to get All-Star Sports, which is the one we usually go to, but we couldn't get it this time, so we're going to All-Star Movies as well. Rye, when are you going again?
Hello, 12. Yeah, I tried to climb a rope and it was not good. I literally was like, they gave me 15 days to train up because my company was basically having tryouts before they sent somebody to air assault. And I trained my hardest for like 15 days. Everything else I could do on that list, fine. But when it came to climbing rope, because I've dislocated my shoulder in the past, I just couldn't do it. To Korean, I don't know much other than Annyeonghaseyo. I know certain words that I shouldn't say out loud.
Oh, Bryce says he's going after MFF. Ooh, that's a good time to go.
Yeah. Uncle Station, Germany, Hawaii, Japan, Greece. That's awesome, Vanguard.
Philip the Bat says, aren't the Game Grumps possibly furries too? I honestly think they would be into it. I just don't think they have the time to dedicate to it.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know their appreciation for character design and everything, and I think it's just more like they're neutral towards it. You know, it's like, are they furry? Okay. Are they not furry? Okay. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of character it is for them.
Well, that's really cool, Cookie Wolves. Somebody must know that you're playing WoW right now because it said For the Lich King.
I'm playing WoW right now.
Margaret,
I don't get to play it very often, so.
So Sabbath, it depends on what you want out of your military career. If you want to have a relaxed time, to an extent, because you still got to do some crappy stuff in the Air Force as well. But in comparison to the Army, they treat you a lot better. The Air Force treats you very well in comparison to the Army and the Marines. Navy treats you fairly well as well, but out of all the branches I've seen, the Air Force is the best to go if you want something close to an actual job. The Army is the Army. The Air Force is, depending on your job, especially, if you go to pararescue, you're basically... You're not basically in the Air Force in comparison to all the other jobs. However, yes, the Air Force, in my opinion, does treat you better and does better things for you. However, if you're the person who wants to join the military to shoot and blow things up, the Air Force is not for you, because you won't get that much. So... What do you think of Dan and Phil? Who is Dan and Phil?
Oh, I know. They're. I've never watched them, but they are also a YouTuber like pair. I've never watched any of their videos, but they were popular amongst a lot of younger generation. They were popular a lot around the time that Markiplier was picking up.
Moonclaw, if you want to join the United States Marine Corps, note that. You need to be doing at least, I think it's 9 or 10 pull-ups if you're under the age of 20. You need to be running a lot, doing a lot of push-ups. And you really got to prepare your body because that is the most physically demanding military branch. So, expect that. How much nicotine do you have in your juice? 6 milligrams. What's your cat's name? Piper.
Piper!
Piper! Hey Mark, I got my first piece of fan art today. That's awesome, Luna. If each type of military had a battle royale, who do you think would win in consideration of their equipment and resources? The Army, for sure. And the main reason why I say the Army is because we have everything that every other branch has, except we have double of it. I could make the debate that, yeah, the United States Marine Corps is tougher. However, they only account for about 1/4 to 1/5 of the United States Army. So,
There's fewer of them, essentially.
Yeah. Statistically, the Army would have a better chance, just because of the amount that the Army has.
It would really come down to strategy executed.
Yeah. They're like British nerd YouTubers. I should probably watch them then.
Nah, I don't think they're your type of British nerd YouTubers.
Oh, okay. I know you were in the National Guard, but my friend wants to go into college. Is this a good idea? It's not a bad idea. The thing is that I knew a lot of friends who went into the National Guard or went into the reserves to do that. However, do understand that if you do go to college in the National Guard, you are still expected to do the same things that Active Army does as far as deployment schedules and training schedules. So if you get deployed while you're at college, your college has to go on hold, or you have to take it online while you're deployed overseas. It does make it more difficult. However, it does. Your college is paid for, so it's up to you. I did go to Denver.
It was fun.
What if everyone was a furry? Then furry would be the same as being a human being.
What?
Somebody said, what if everyone was a furry? If everyone was a furry, then the furry fandom wouldn't really be that special. Because everybody would be a furry. It'd just be like being a human being.
Right. And then I don't think the furry fandom would exist.
Yeah, pretty much. They pay the Air Force to live on base because the barracks is not to their standards. Yeah, if the Air Force is in an Army base, normally they do get less than suitable living standards pay, if I'm not mistaken, if that's what that is. Because some of the guys who came down from Osan when I was stationed in South Korea, they got paid less than suitable living pay, which is like, it was like $100 more a month for them to live in an Army barracks. So... How about Space Force? I have no idea.
I mean, if we knew it was going to be as cool as Halo, I'd be excited, but we don't know.
There's a lot of money that would go into that.
That we don't need right now.
So, it's my thing. It depends on how they implement it. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. I don't know who Tyler Oakley is either. I know that one of her friends looks like Tyler Oakley. That's about it.
I used to watch his videos several years ago, but he's more like a vlog YouTuber, but he does a lot of other things now. I haven't caught up with him.
Mark, if I make fan art, where would the best place to be posted so you can see it? You can tag me on Twitter, tag me on Instagram. Free Amino, if you tag me on something for Amino, it might take me a month to find it. So, those are the best two for sure. What would you do if you woke up as your persona? Hide.
Yeah.
Because if I woke up as my persona, there's a lot of research that would be happening on my body, and I don't want that. What would you do? Oh yeah, I already read that one. Marines are kind of not smart. I believe that branch is easy to join education-wise. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Yes. So, as far as the ASVAB goes in entrancing to military, the Marines have the lowest standards for educational for ASVAB purposes. And that's, unless they've changed it since I enlisted, that's what I do remember, is that out of all the branches, if you had the lowest ASVAB score that you could get, you could definitely go into the Marines, because the Marines have the lowest as far as ASVAB score entrance. I saw you went to Disney World. How was your first visit? I hope it was magical. It was absolutely amazing. We only went to Epcot, but our time at Epcot, because it was me, Majira, Kiwi 12, Ace of Hearts Fox, and Clocky who all went, and we had an amazing time. I got to ride most of the rides that were at Epcot. However, I didn't get to go on Test Track.
Test Track? What else did we not ride? Several of the other things, like the Journey to Imagination type ride. What else did we not ride?
I didn't ride Orange on Mission Space.
No. And then we didn't ride the Frozen ride, which used to be Maelstrom, because the line was too long. But there aren't really that many rides at Epcot. It's more of a park you're supposed to enjoy by being there, rather than riding things.
Mark is a good boy until he circle games you. That's true. Would you rather drink orange juice expecting it to be milk, or drink milk expecting it to be orange juice? Doesn't really sound like a difference. It just sounds like...
If you're expecting it to be something... Wait, so drink orange juice and then get the flavor of milk unexpectedly, or drink
milk
orange juice and get the the flavor of milk unexpectedly. Both would be scary. If I drink milk and get orange juice, I would be very scared. I'd be like, something's wrong, and the same with the other way around. So, I think both would be expired at that point.
You and Ghost should play Human Fall Flat together. I would love to, however, I don't know if you really would like that game.
I mean, I've watched it. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of I need it. I need the game.
What would you do if you met your Sona as an actual Anthro? I don't know. That's the thing is, like, if you met your persona in real life, I would actually be kind of sad because it's not me.
Wait, what was the question again?
If you met your Sona in real life.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd be
a little bit sad because it's like, that's me.
But it's not me.
But it's not me. I guess I can't be this. Have a good one, 12. If I was my persona, I would likely use the Force, stop conflicting, and bring away. That makes sense.
12 is on his way.
Yay!
He's on the.
We get to see you tomorrow, 12. If you could see a moment in history with your own eyes, what event would you see?
That's tough.
That is very tough. Because there's a lot of stuff that I would like to see with my own eyes, like the man landing on the moon.
I would have liked to see. I would have liked to have been at Disneyland the first day it opened. Because I heard it was chaos and I want to see it. Essentially, everything that went wrong happened that day. So I wanted to see it.
I don't know, because the thing is, I would love to see the first man on the moon, because that would be awesome. Space is cool.
Space is neat. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that too.
There's also some like personal stuff that I just didn't get to experience in my life. Like my grandmother, I don't know anything about her other than what people have told me. Mm-hmm. And so getting to see some of the experiences that she actually got to, that people tell me about, that make her such an interesting and amazing person. I would have loved to have seen that. Did you go to IFC? No, I went to Denver. Do you have to take any classes to be in the United States Marine Corps? Yes. Every job that you do in the military, you have to have specific training for. So even if you join in the infantry, you have to go through the training that makes you infantry. If you go into radio communications, you have to take the course that makes you a radio communications. So I would definitely get the more mild flavor of milk than the shock of orange juice. I get it. It's still just it's like a weird shock to your system regardless. Would you rather dye your beard or pad your suit up like a bodybuilder?
Pad your suit up.
Yeah, the bodybuilder thing sounds cool.
Dye your beard.
Do you have a link to a reference of your persona anywhere?
I didn't post it, did I?
I posted it, but I don't want to share that link with the public.
Right.
So, I don't know. Message me somewhere and I will. If you tweeted me with it, I'll send it to you. Rather OJ to milk since bad milk can make you sick. That's true.
I mean, the milk isn't bad, it just tastes bad.
It just tastes like orange juice. I really want to see the Star Wars Galaxy Edge next year as well. Like,
I'm looking forward to it.
When I get my job, I want to save up just so we can do that, but I know it might not be within my price range.
It might not, but honestly, it's expensive, but it's not impossible. And yes, it is a cardboard of me.
It's a cardboard of us.
That's true.
And then up above me is another art piece that Gerst drew of us. If I were... Did you ever do your homework for your German class? Yes. If I didn't, then I would have failed.
I was one of those kids that, like, had a meltdown if I didn't get my homework done because I was so scared of what could happen.
Oh, if there was a class that I took that I know I was good at, I skipped the homework. Like, anything math related, I skipped most of the homework except for geometry. I suck
The
at
only
geometry.
time I was kind of lax about anything was in art class because I was always like the top person in art classes because they expect so little of you.
Yeah.
So.
If I were my persona, okay. So my school video game development is on extracurricular activities. That's really cool. Okay, Bri, you have a good one. You're the most down-to-earth furry/person I've ever seen. Where people should be like you. I appreciate that. The thing is that, like, I always say this. I never want to shove a lie at somebody unless I absolutely have to, which is pretty much a never
And you
thing.
tend to do white lies.
It's like if somebody asked me where I lived, I'm gonna be like, well, somewhere in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna tell you the straight and honest truth. Here's my address. You want my GPS coordinates? It's the thing is, like, I have to keep myself safe as well as tell the honest. And that's the hard line. But at the same time, like, in most instances, I'm just very honest. Because I don't see a reason why not to be.
Mm-hmm.
How tall am I? 5'9". Would you rather never be able to lie or never be able to tell the truth?
Never be able to lie.
Yeah, I agree on that one. Because if you're never able to lie, yeah, you're going to make some people upset. But if a house is on fire and you're trying to call the fire department, at least you can say, the house is on fire, not, hey, the house isn't on fire. There's no reason for me to call you.
And then get in trouble.
Yeah. Mark, where did you get the cutout and how much was it? Gers ordered it.
That was 70. No, it was 60. No, it was 70. This is 70. That was 70.
Where did you get it?
If you Google cardboard cutouts, I'm pretty sure it's just called like Euro. It's like the name is like cardboard cutout, whatever.
Yeah.
Thingy. It'll be obvious, but like this is 5 foot and it was 70, and then the tallest they do is 6 feet, and that was 80.
Yeah. If you could go back in time, what would you change? I don't know.
I don't think I want to change history because that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks that a lot of things happen, but can't really change history without worrying about how much that'll change the future as well.
Me Martin said he's down to earth because he's so small he's closer to the earth.
Yeah.
Makes sense. That's really cool, Luna. Hope the best for him. Please help. I'm trapped at longitude 0 and latitude 0. So, that's Greenwich in the United Kingdom? Am I correct?
Isn't that the center here?
No. Maybe? Zero on the longitudinal map. Is it gonna tell me anything?
Oh, how do we get the art on it? So you have to get the art made. Make sure the artwork is a decently large file. And then all you have to do is upload it to that website, and they will then print it to you based on the specifications you give them.
If you're trapped at longitudinal and latitudinal 0, you're either in the water or in a boat right outside of Africa. Good to know.
Right outside of Africa.
I have a room for the event, and I would recommend you book the room right now. Room in Pop Century Hotel. No, so we want the Star Wars hotel. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to do the Star Wars experience, I'm going to get the hotel with it.
Well, the hotel's not going to come until after, like a year after the park comes out.
I can wait.
Yeah, all right. Are you sure you want to do that all at once and not before?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that just gives us more time to save money, so that's fine with me.
Did you collect anything cool in the Army? I have a lot of medals and achievements and coins that I got while I was serving. I had a chance to take a piece of some of the barbed wire that was removed from the fence at the DMZ. However, I didn't. And not because it's illegal, it was because my company just had a bunch of them. I just didn't see a way to take it home with me. Because if you take a piece of barbed wire fence through customs, they're not going to be happy with you. Wire, how did you become a furry? I became a furry through Xbox Live in 2009. A guy introduced me to it while playing Halo 3 or Halo 2? Can't remember. I think it was Halo 3 maybe. But yeah, I was playing Xbox and guy introduced me to the fandom, and so I stayed with it. Roxy, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm an inch taller than you, then you're smaller than me. What's the highest ranks have you banned in the what? Moonclaw, I'm slightly confused at what you said. Your summer vacation, what was it really like? It's not really a vacation once you're out of school.
Yeah, none of us, neither of us go to college or anything, so summer vacation is just summer now.
The summer vacation is not summer vacation, it's just summer. Vacation is whenever I can afford it.
Yeah.
What curse game would you get sucked into? I want to get sucked in the curse game called Jumanji. I don't know any other curse games other than Jumanji.
There's another one, but I don't remember the name.
My birthday is in April. I want to make... Okay. In my coding class, we have to explain how 0.9 repeating equals 1. Good luck.
Yeah, sorry. What is time? What is time?
Time is a construct that was based off of our rotational axis of the sun.
Originally.
Yeah.
Now it's like water.
What?
Time is like water.
Was time like water?
Google it. Timey-wimey stuff.
That's a Doctor Who reference.
Yes, but the water reference is actually a real theory.
I'll look that up later. It seems very complex. Do I like shrimp? Popcorn shrimp.
Yes.
What is your favorite furry movie? Bolt.
Lion King.
I appreciate that, Aiden. Hope you have a good night. You too, Cody. He Google, he protect. Oh, I appreciate that, Julio. I had to get rid of my old keyboard because the wire broke off of it. So I got a new mechanical clicky one.
Even better for stream.
Yay! Now you all get to hear the crazy clicky clackies. Dan Sanus, I'm going to ask you to calm down a little bit there, friend. Hello, Felix.
Everyone's like, clicky clacky.
I didn't know you got a beard. Gnarly. Yeah.
Gnarly, dude.
Gnarly. Once I left the army, I didn't see a reason why not to have a beard, and I like having a beard, so... Do you think Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard furry? It's a weird question. I don't know, man. Time is like water because it is constant and flexible. See, now that's getting into quantum theory. Because if you say time is like water, you gotta explain it at a quantum level.
Whatever that means.
You talked to your friend Thay this morning. Thay is a really awesome dude.
Thay's great.
Thay is a great person. His cat is actually one of my old cats.
Well, she is Sophie's baby.
Sophie.
Sorry, Piper's baby.
Damn it, Don Bluth!
No, Sophie is my friend's cat who looks just like Piper.
Oh, I think you were saying Sophie because we watched that one movie last night.
No, Don Bluth didn't do that one, honey. That was Studio Ghibli. It's nowhere near Don Bluth.
Oh, my bad.
Don Bluth never did anime, honey.
What hair product do you use? Shampoo.
He doesn't.
Time is like water because it's like moist or something.
Because it's like moist or something. I like that answer.
Do you think Dan from Game Grumps is a furry? I think that he would be interested in it and would like to try it,
Right.
but just probably doesn't have the time to because they're always busy. Hello, Mallard. I appreciate it, Vanguard. Take care, man. For sure. I'll see you at MFF. Time is a constant. Time is a human construct. It doesn't really exist. So you can say that, but
I mean, we created it for us to be able to translate it, but I think time always exists because once something has happened, it's not coming back.
yeah, because you like the thing is time is only like.
Yes, Dan, it is mostly a family-friendly stream.
Yes, that's why I said to please calm down. Sometimes I go in ASMR live chats, type out in all caps, I'm a furry. Good
That's
for you.
That's like yelling to people that you're a brony or that you like Homestuck or anything else, that you're a Trekkie. Like, it doesn't matter. Shouldn't matter.
Hey, yeah, Thay's big into parkour, so that'd be. I'm sure. Cat Pap! Which has more power, love or fear?
Love.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that one. Fear is something that is strong, however, it's different than love, because love is love, and love loves you, and the sun. That was a Toast reference, if anybody knows who that is. It's okay, Aiden. Learn from mistakes. That's all that matters. Well, so if there's anybody who I could see a furry in Game Grumps, it would be, what's his name?
Aaron and Dan?
No. Ross's wife.
Oh, yeah.
She would definitely be one. Forget her name.
Commander Holly.
Yeah, Commander Holly. Would you ever do bodybuilding or CrossFit? CrossFit, no, because I know my back wouldn't take it. However, I did powerlifting when I was younger, but I did not get into it as much as my family did. So I would rather do powerlifting than either, because bodybuilding is nice. However, I would rather have the strength rather than the looks. I still don't understand what Homestuck is, and I don't really want to know.
It's a comic and it's bad. Just don't worry about it.
People always tell me to calm down when I get too excited. Well, that's good. At least your friends are telling you to calm down. You ever played Minecraft in VR? No. Did you ever make a friend a furry? Yes, actually. There was a coworker I had when I was stationed in Maryland, and he knew what furries were, but didn't really understand how it worked. And then he ended up making his own persona.
Oh, yeah?
Justin. He was at the D&D event that you went to. He's the one that was kind of weird, sitting on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he ended up making himself a dragon character and everything.
Cool.
But there was also somebody else who I didn't know that well, but he apparently watches my videos. And I met him like before I left for Georgia. When I came back from Georgia, he was watching more and more of my content and was like, yeah, dude, I could totally do this. And was talking about how he was going to buy a panda costume.
You learned parkour in the army? Kinda. For or against legalizing AWOO? This comes up in every stream.
AWOO should be illegal.
AWOO should be something that you should not become a public disturbance because of. If I'm trying to sleep at 2 a.m.
Place for everything.
If I'm trying to sleep at 2 a.m. at MFF Hotel and people start screaming AWOO from the lobby and it wakes me up because y'all are being too loud, you should probably calm down. How bad is your eyesight? I have bad astigmatism and I'm nearsighted.
Decently bad.
Yeah. Not enough to be blind, but still pretty bad. I don't understand what you meant, Mallard. When is silence better than words when you have nothing to say? What is the United States Marine Corps rank that you banned in the United States Marines? I was in the Army, I wasn't in the Marines. Oh, I hope you have a good one, Felix. Have you ever played Star Fox games? Yes. I played the one on the 64, Star Fox Adventures, and then I played the one that came on the GameCube where you played as like the crystal kind of character. That one confuses me. I don't remember much of it, but I played that. I grew up a lot with Star Fox Adventures, though. Are you a brony? If not, do you like them? You can like whatever you like. It's not my thing, but do whatever you want, as long as you're not being crazy about it with me. Because my thing is that if I can't have a conversation with you because you're so passionate about what you do, which I'm not saying not to be passionate, however, if I clearly don't like it, and you're basing our entire conversation around something I don't like, then I'm just going to walk away. Because I have nothing to talk about with you. Did you ever mountain bike? I have. It's okay, JoJo Wars. Get LASIK. Expensive.
Also, things going in your eyes kind of scary.
Oh yeah. Dubstep Nebula, if you wake me up with AWOO at 2 a.m., I'm gonna call a noise complaint on you. Oh, that's cool, Mallard. Plastic straws banned in California. Don't understand that reference. Unless that's something that's actually real, I don't know. Have a good one, Evan Big Cat. All bronies are furries, but not all furries are bronies. Don't know if that's how that works.
No, because there are plenty of bronies I've heard of that are not furries.
Is it sad that I put all my faith into music? I mean, depends. If you put all your faith into music because you want to get better at learning music, then yeah. But if you put all your faith into music because you really, really want somebody's album to come out at this time so that way you can afford it, or whatever, then yeah. You should probably rethink that one. You ever listen to Metal Step? Yes! However, there are certain Metal Step songs that are good, but there are plenty that aren't that great. So, going to Further Confusion in January. Wish I could afford it. Who would win, Thanos or One Fluffy Boy? Put my odds on that One Fluffy Boy. Because he already snapped his fingers. And the Fluffy Boy's still there. Hello, Wild Paws. That's awesome, Ray Harris. Oh, that's cool, loser. Winner. Can you give us a mini AWOO? There you go. No, I think the reason why California would ban plastic straws is because the amount of like litter and just stuff like that. I would assume. Because I don't even use straws anyway. If we go out to eat, I don't see a reason to use straws.
What are you talking about?
Using straws?
You don't really use straws. I do just because I tend to like to let my drink pass my teeth so it doesn't make my teeth worse.
What age did you become a furry? I became a furry, I was like 13 or 14. Where were you when Michael Jackson died? I don't remember.
I don't know. That was like 2009, wasn't it? I think it was.
I don't remember. I honestly don't. Yeah, but Zathura and Jumanji are basically the same thing, but to a different extent. Curse games don't. I only know of like 2, and I'd never watched Zathura. It's just the same concept, so I don't know. Favorite candy bar, Butterfingers. You ever broken teeth? Yes.
I have.
Am I friends with telephone acquaintances? I've never actually gotten the chance to really hang out with telephone.
Friendly acquaintance.
Yeah. How much money should I save to go to Anthrocon? Depends on where you're going there from. Because if you have to take a plane ticket and you're in a middle of nowhere place, congratulations, you're going to have to afford to go to an airport that is a bigger airport, then fly to Anthrocon, which that's an expensive flight, and then plus you're going to have to afford the hotel room that you're going to be staying in, as well as the convention itself, and food. Have a good night, Roxy. Legendary J, I have. However, I played it once, and I didn't really enjoy it, so I never played it again. Paper straws? That just sounds bad.
Cardboard straws work alright.
Yeah, cardboard straws make sense, but paper straws? Favorite soda pop? Mountain Dew. Paper straws. That just sounds weird. Like, I'm just imagining somebody rolling up, like, a piece of paper and just being like, here's your straw, and then when you suck it in, it just, like, crumples up. I'm a furry and I'm only 11. Do I have a problem? No. Beta Boyo is a streaming. Oh, he's a good streamer. Yeah, I was about to say, wouldn't paper straws just get wet and disintegrate? If I had the power to have any of those, it'd be super strength. So Ray Harris, the thing is that if you have other people that are going there and they can, you know, they're getting a hotel room, you can split the cost with them. That's usually the best way to do it. So just expect, like, if they have a normal room at the main hotel, you're probably going to have to save up about $200, $300 for the room. Do you remember Rainforest? I never went there, but I know the story.
I had friends that were there.
Really?
They said they weren't at the hotel enough to see everything, but they did see some things. Because they were more there for the sights than anything.
Yeah. Flex seal the paper straw. Makes sense. Doesn't sound healthy, but it makes sense. Functionally, that would work. If you had to watch one tuber, who would you watch? Like, if that was what I had to do for the rest of my life, I would watch probably Majira's just because he's my friend and deserves the ad revenue.
That's hard for me.
No, AJ, I understand. But the concept is still the same. Yes, Jumanji's a jungle, Zathura is a space. But they're both something that you roll a dice and you could die. It's the same concept, just in a different place. What mod and tank do I have? I have the Voopoo Drag with the Smock TFE-12. I just sawed this boat in half.
I just saw this boat in half.
Which I don't... If you Flex Seal a straw, I don't think that would be safe to drink.
No, I wouldn't.
That's a lot of damage. Have you listened to the Skillet Band's beautiful... Okay, so I've listened to Skillet, yeah. You ever played Resident Evil 4? Yes. What flavor am I vaping? It's like watermelon bubblegum flavor. It's pretty dang good. Oi. Oi. So, it's been about 2 hours, and I think it's about time for me to do this. If you have the need to donate, it's very much appreciated. The thing is that if there's a con or something that you want to see me at, I have to afford it, and this is my only job right now. So, if you feel the need to donate, I greatly appreciate it. However, it's not required. So, have you ever listened to 3 Days Grace? I grew up with 3 Days Grace. I used to listen to it a lot when I was younger. I watched old JonTron. I don't watch new JonTron. Have a good night, Remy. Julio, I just haven't had the time to stream on Twitch. The thing is that, like, I stream on YouTube because there's a lot of people watch my YouTube. I stream on Twitch if there's a game I want to play. And literally for this month, I've only been at this house for about a month, a week and a half. And when I'm home, it's mostly focused on editing videos, getting content out, because I'm trying to get it so that I can upload once a week. And literally this last video that I did, Gersh literally edited pretty much all of it and did a lot of work for it. Because I just haven't had the time between Patreon, between doing conventions, between preparing things for the conventions. It's a lot of stuff going on, and I would love to stream on Twitch more. However, the thing is, I just don't know if I have the time for it in these kind of events. I have a month off next month, so I'm going to try to stream more on there. We'll see. What about the Fallout series? I love Fallout. Fallout 4 wasn't as good as New Vegas in my opinion, but I love like all the Fallouts. Because well, not all of them, because I haven't played all of them. I played the 3rd, the 4th, and New Vegas. That's really cool, Matthew. I hate how long it takes to charge with a micro USB port. Maybe looking at a different macro USB port. Hello, Matches. I have listened to Lacuna Coil. That is not a bad... I mean, if you grew up listening to Nickelback, it's cool. But it's just not a band I like. Hello, Blizzard the Wolf. GTA or Call of Duty? GTA.
Neither? How about neither?
Anyone excited for Shrek 5? Milking that one. Brotherhood, NCR, or Enclave. I did NCR in New Vegas. I think I went with Brotherhood of Steel for Fallout 3. And Fallout 4, I did Brotherhood of Steel as well. So, are you going to get Fallout 76? Can't afford it. I would love to, but I can't afford it.
Love to what?
Get Fallout 76.
Yeah. Video games have been like something we've been leaning away from recently. Not even because of funds, but because like we've been wanting to do other things instead.
Yeah, we've been keeping ourselves busy with a lot of other stuff. And it's nice to do these kind of things because I really enjoy doing them. But when it comes down to it, like, for example, Denver, I had a panel that I had to prepare for. I had to get a video out before I left for that convention. And we also had some stuff going on at the convention that was just amazing and a lot of fun, as well as the DJ set that I had to prepare for Denver. You know, there was a lot of stuff going into Denver. And when we went to AC, there was way too much going into that one.
Oh my gosh, AC was crazy.
AC was so hectic and so busy.
But it went well. Like, we didn't get, like, any bad times.
Oh, yeah. The thing is that, like, I want to do things more personally and more upfront, especially at conventions. Like,
in person.
The panels that we do are very personal or they take a lot of, like, time and effort going into them, and there's so much going on that it's difficult. So, yeah. Goodbye, Sabbath. Okay, first person to third person shooters, I don't know. I don't really have a preference because I don't play many first or third person shooters that often. If I ever sit down to play a game, it's most likely strategy. That's alright, Dan. I liked My Chemical Romance. I like 3 of their songs when I was younger. Have it going. Yeah, Sabbath, I already said that. Have you ever seen Evil Bong? Don't know what that is. Name something unique about you. I don't know. My own experiences? How was the DJ set? The DJ set was absolutely amazing. Basically what happened was I gave the set list and edited a bunch of the songs to fit properly and all this stuff. And to the best of my ability, now granted it wasn't the best thing ever, but Kiwi did an amazing job, and I can't be more thankful for him organizing and mixing. So that was purely amazing. And that's the thing is, like, I really owe a lot to him for that. But also, everybody who came out, everybody who showed up did an amazing job hyping and just enjoying themselves. Because it was supposed to be a joke set list. It wasn't supposed to be real music. I mean, it was real music, but it wasn't supposed to be, like...
Take it seriously.
It's not supposed to be you show up and are like, aha, yeah, I'm having a good time dancing to great music. No, it's like, at one point you're dancing to Wii music with a rad beat behind it, and the next you're listening to terrible...
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur. So, it was the thing, is that was what I was going for, and I'm really happy that the turnout went the way I wanted it to.
It was a small group, but only because it was the last dead dog at Denver. Like,
yeah.
And also half of the people I think left mid Sunday because it was a lot less populated after about 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Have you played Ori and the Blind Forest? Yes.
Not all the way through, but yes.
Sorry, the board game is pretty good. Enclave. KSI versus Jake Paul, it was a draw. I don't understand that when I stopped paying attention to Jake Paul.
It's just gonna be a continuous shit show, so I don't really care.
Alright, have a go in Harmony. Have you ever dreamed of something cool and think it would be cool if it was made into a movie? Sometimes.
Have you ever had a dream that you would do something,
I enjoyed the live stream, and my friend who was there also enjoyed it. Well, I'm really happy because it was something that was really fun. Like, I want to do it again, but we have to be at the right place in the right time.
We just have to get permission. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
that we have footage of what the event's like, people can be like, oh, you know, they'll know what to expect.
It's not terrible music.
It's just bad.
It's just not good. Mark, are you a tired boyo? To an extent.
Much better after sleeping for like 12 hours or more the other day.
Yo, Blockus! You want to see my dad get competitive about a game? You get him to play Blockus.
You should make a video with your dad. You playing games.
I would, but I don't think he'd be down for it.
Really?
Yeah. When it comes to cameras, he's very, very iffy.
Well, maybe he doesn't have to be on camera, but maybe just voice.
Hey Mark, do you ever thought about posting car-related stuff on your YouTube? I would, but I know that as far as my viewing audience goes, only selective individuals would be very interested. So, what mod do you use? I've answered this 4 times on stream. Voopoo Drag with the Smog TFV12. Hello, Flake.
Hey Mark, what's your vape mod? You just throw it at me.
You ever slept for 12 hours and yet still feel very tired?
Yes. All the time.
Like, if I get more than 6 hours of sleep, I am still tired. Thank you, Flake. Dude, Risk is my favorite board game of all time. I don't care. You can tell me it's boring. You can tell me it takes too long. That's cool. So does D&D. Risk is just awesome. It's meh. Hello, Lance Tigerpaw. The first stream I've ever seen you for, so I didn't know. It's cool, Blizzard. There's a thing that, like, whenever I'm doing longer streams, I answer a lot of the same questions over and over again. And it's cool, I'll still answer it. It's just like, this question. It becomes a thing where, like, before, like, I started streaming a lot, I never used to remember what these things were called, but now that, like, I've streamed as much as I do, there's always a question about my vape or a question about something specific that just gets asked a lot. And so I'm just like, yes, this is the Voopoo Drag with the Smog TFV12.
You're gonna become their new spokesperson.
Yeah, pretty much. Have you heard of the new Fallout game? Yeah, it's Fallout 76. We talked about that earlier. What's your favorite card game? Oh. King's Cup.
Wow. It's not a card game, though.
It is a card game.
Technically.
You use cards to play it.
Oh, well, yes, sorry. I was thinking of the wrong one.
Just subscribe to your girlfriend.
Aw, yay.
Have a good one, Aiden. Show us that thing right behind you. Or are you talking about this up here with the art piece that Gerst drew?
Or the cutout.
Or the cutout of me and Gerst over here? Ooh. Alright, so I've got probably about 5-10 minutes left in me.
And then you poof.
Yeah, and then I just
Literally,
disappear.
You just dissolve.
I dissolve until the next live stream. So
I have to take care of your dissolved form, and I drip sugar water on you so you can eat.
if there's anything else that you guys have questions for, do it now. Throw me some questions before I go. If you want to throw in a tip, I greatly appreciate it. This is 2 hours of my time that I really enjoy talking to you guys, but at the same time, yeah. So if you feel like donating, throw a donation. It's cool if you don't want to, but Barks in A minor. If you've already done it, if you've already sent it to me on Twitter, it's cool. I always retweet fan art. Favorite game that I played, that would be Mercenaries Playground of Adventure. Sorry, Legendary. That's cool, Julio. I hope your job goes well. Do I not get to sleep torture you? Anna, if you check the Discord, we realized that it'd be a bad idea to try to do a sleep stream right before we have to drive 4 hours. So, thoughts on Skyrim? Skyrim's a very well-developed game that has a lot of really awesome and really unique things about it. However, I do not like medieval games. Just because I don't connect with it that well, so I don't... Skyrim's not my thing. Let's go to Julio. Mercenaries Playground of Adventure was not of adventure. Of Destruction was originally on the original Xbox and PS2. What's your favorite Super Nintendo? Is it SNES? That's a Super Nintendo, right?
Yes? I didn't have one.
Yes. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That's what it stands for. Favorite SNES game would have to be Mario Kart. First video game console you ever had. So as far as a console that I bought myself, that would be the original Xbox. However, one that was in my family was the Nintendo 64 or Super Nintendo. I was very young when we had the Super Nintendo and it broke, so I don't remember much of it. I remember Mario Kart because I played that a lot with my brother. And then we had the 64, then we had a PS1, and then we had an original Xbox, and then a 360, and then I bought a PS4. And then after that, after I bought the PS4, I bought a computer, and I haven't really played anything else other than that. Annie, thank you for the $20 donation.
I was looking forward to the torture stream.
I'm sorry, Annie. However, I will be doing the torch stream after I get back from wherever we're going. Can we steal you from your girlfriend for a week?
What? Who?
Matthew Strain.
No.
Probably not a good idea. Stealing isn't good, especially
if I don't know
people.
you and the first thing you say is, "Can I steal you from your girlfriend for a week?" It's a bad start.
Have you ever seen Bionic Pig's video on furries? Never seen it. Hello, Tuna Fox. Another thing, we're gonna need to raid somebody else's stream because I want to show my support to other people. So I may pull up a link real quick to a friend of mine who is live, and we are going to raid him. Annie asked if they can steal your girlfriend for. Oh, Annie wants to steal you for a week.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Where am I going?
To Annie's.
All the way to Australia?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
As long as you pay for it. And pay me for the week that she's gone, because I'll miss her.
Yeah.
What is the next furry convention that you'll be going to? World Wild Fur Camp, which is the camp that we're guest of honors at. And then after that, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is MFF.
Aw, Cough. I helped Mark by not skipping his ads.
Thank you, Cough. We will put you somewhere and I'll show you from week. That means you have like a 1 in 5 chance to be in a decently populated area.
That's scary. That's terrifying.
The other 4 out of 5 is a desert somewhere.
I'm good. I'm good.
I do not see that Kiro's live, so what we're going to do is we're going to raid Beta's stream. So I'm going to give another minute of questions, and then after that, once I start throwing the links in the chat, run in there and say good old Barco raid. Can you show your girlfriend on the stream? She's right there. Look at the cardboard cutout. That is El Gerso.
Wow.
So I'm going to give you guys the link. Give a good old Barco Rado. I'm going to put my headphones on now. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody coming out, asking me questions, throwing in some support. Go ahead and throw in that Barco raid, and hope you all have a good one.